Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading for Wednesday. Okay, we're going to use the Cosmic Tarot for your reading. First off, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Nothing fits right on this nose. I don't know what it is. Lately, I'm not quite sure. My nose is changing. I digress. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you would like any information about personal readings, how to get in contact with me, everything is in the instruction box below. There are people who are asking they can gift me for Christmas. I prefer that you email me and I give you an address. So if that's something that you're considering doing, very beautiful, thank you very much. If you're interested in life coaching, I'm still offering 6 sessions of life coaching for half price before Christmas. It's very, very reasonable, but this is more about passion for me than what it is about an investment. So next year, the coaching will go back to the price it was before. I go live on YouTube on Wednesday and Instagram on Friday. Instagram I've knocked back to 11 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. 12 o'clock was getting a bit difficult. So, and then once a month, so the next live mini reads on Facebook will be December the 12th. If you're interested in any of those things, just whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page and like my page, and I keep everything pinned to the top of the page so you can find me there. I'm also going to now trial super chats on YouTube. We'll see how we go with that. Have my my moderators lined up, so hopefully we have a really good experience with the super chat. All changing all of the time, right? I feel like life just keeps sending me down a slightly different path. All right, let's just get on with the reading. Sorry, I'm having a chuckle about that because I keep thinking, you know, that it's obviously much bigger than I could imagine. So I'm very humbled by this experience, I can tell you. Okay. If you haven't looked up the life coaching page yet, the address for that is in the box below. So if you're interested in just getting tips, I'm going to try and keep up to date on the tips when I can find time to do that. And we'll have some time off in December when my daughter has her baby. And thank you for yesterday too, because everybody asked me how the Christmas shoot went with my grandchildren, well, 4 of the grandchildren. And it was amazing. It was amazing. So they were very chuffed. The twins, I think, talked Santa's ear off about Minecraft and antlers. Aiden has a fascination for antlers at the moment. I'm like the woodsman thing. We are very, very aligned. All right, 4 of Pentacles coming out. Let's not wait any longer. So the 4 of Pentacles is a card that talks of hanging on. It can be hanging on to money. So this card might come up when you're experiencing perhaps a period of time where money is not so freely flowing to you. And there's always this caution with this card around understanding when you hang on to something, it blocks your energy. So if you're hanging on to a situation, something that's upset you, money, a person, whatever it is here, that it blocks you from moving forward. It blocks your energy. So even when you are, you know, not doing so well or you're hanging on to something, try to get in the mindset of not the lack, but the gain. So don't focus on what you've not got. We all know that with manifestation. So there's something blocking you here. And I feel like it's giving you a great deal of anxiety with this 8 of Swords card. But when I see the 8 of Swords, I always think this is something you know the answer to. You actually know how to get around this, but for some unknown reason, you're hanging on to it. So it could be a person that you know you need to let go, but you're hanging on to their energy. It could be, you know, that you are worried about money and you're hanging on to that sort of a lack rather than focusing on, you know, the outcomes or the more positive aspects of that. And I know that's hard sometimes. I know it is. We've all, you know, been in this position and we know the answers, but sometimes we refuse to see them. We don't want to see them. There's fear in letting go. Some of us have this sort of fear of letting something die, letting something, it's something to do with childhood, but letting something really release. Okay, far out. Don't worry about it. The Tower's here. You're going to get the lesson anyway. So it's like you're having issues trying to do this. The universe is saying, like, you need to let go and move on with these cards here. And if you don't do that, we'll give you a little bit of a push. So the Tower comes in to break down this energy here of lack. So it's working. I'm going to share a story. I won't mention the person's name because I don't want them to get upset or embarrassed with me. But I had someone who was doing it really tough and decided to do life coaching. I was worried about her financial sort of status, but she said she needed a bit of a kickstart to get going. And I was like, okay. And this was what we talked about. Like, don't focus on the fact you don't have enough money. Just don't think about it. Just let it go. Leave it to the universe. And last week she won the lottery. True story. So the Tower is this energy of understanding how important it is to our psyches not to hang on to this lack mentality or this limitation we have. So there definitely is conflict here. Now, for some of you, I feel very, very strongly we're talking about a person here. The Emperor can represent a divine masculine, but it can also talk about somebody that is very controlling and difficult to move away from. So if you're having trouble sort of moving away from a person, doesn't necessarily have to be a male, but somebody could have very masculine energy. It's that sort of, you know, that dominant personality, for example. And if you're having trouble moving away from this energy, I would say to you that the universe is going to give you a little bit of a hand here, a little bit of a kickstart. Not really sure how the Tower will come out. Sometimes it comes out in a big way. If it's someone at work, for example, you might find that the job changes in some way, shape or form. It can be that sudden with the Tower. But other times it can be a subtle epiphany, just that wake up moment. I know how to do this now. I know what I need to do, that type of thing. So definitely something moving here. We do have the Fool card behind. I love sneaking a peek. I'm one of those people who reads the last page in a book, right? I can't help myself. That's control, I think. But we do have the Fool card here. So the Fool card does talk about having a brand new start, taking a leap of faith. Someone's going to move away from somebody here. I feel like someone's dealing with someone who's probably quite toxic and difficult to deal with, someone very dominant. And I feel like somebody's having a realization on how they can move away from that energy. And maybe they'll move away in a very sneaky way when the Seven of Swords comes up, because this talks about, you know, trying to get away with something. So maybe someone's finding a way to do something or find a solution, but maybe it's not completely above board. So somebody might be finding a very tricky way of moving away from something. The Seven of Swords can sometimes talk about not speaking up. It's been coming out a little bit lately. Mainly because it sort of implies that someone's sort of holding something up their sleeve. It can be like the stealing of intellectual property too. So, I mean, somebody might be moving away from a job and taking information with them because they know that staying where they are is very toxic, and they may feel like they need to get their own back. But it can be not speaking up, not saying anything. So somebody could be leaving a situation and ghosting someone. All right. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords here. So some of you could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. The Queen of Swords is more likely your energy if you're in this, if this is your situation. It could mean that you've made some sort of decision here to cut something out. Because the Queen of Swords doesn't mess around. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. She's very, very focused on what she wants. But she's also very intellectual. She thinks. She does, and she thinks, she strategizes, she gets it done. So maybe this is the energy that the Tower is bringing you. Clarity. All right, so we have the Six of Cups coming through with the Eight of Wands. Wow. Okay, so what else I'm getting here is somebody may want to speak up about something that they left from their past and didn't express themselves here. The Eight of Wands talks about messages of love. It talks about fast movement across the airways, so text messages, emails. But somebody's confessing to something here with this Queen of Swords. There's a confession coming through. And it's got something to do with your past. This could be a person from your past, but it could be something that someone needs to confess from the past because they didn't speak up about something here. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. Wow, nice energy. I'm liking this energy greatly. Someone's moving away from a fire sign. Temperance. It's the right time. What can I say? Very straightforward reading, really. Someone's coming forward to speak up about something that they should have told you in the past here. I feel like whoever this person is moving away from a situation, so that may well be their energy up the front there. I feel like with the Tower coming through, maybe they've had some sort of realization here. But with the Temperance card here, it's like everything's fallen into place now. So you may have been waiting for something to happen to get it to fall in place. This could be you. Maybe you have someone that you need to disclose something to that you've been holding off on or hanging on to, thinking you couldn't let go. Something is happening here to change that. All right, we have the Magician coming through. Lovely. Someone has all the tools they need, and there's the Hierophant. Look at this energy. This is very, very beautiful. Someone has seen a truth, basically, here. Someone has seen the truth. For some of you, whoever is in this situation, the truth is understanding you have everything you need. And it may have been that you've been holding off on a decision, holding off on a movement, holding off on leaving someone, letting something go, thinking that you didn't have what it took. And I feel like you're seeing through this now. For some of you, this is walking away from a marriage or a long-term commitment. But with the Magician, it's about being really equipped to do what you need to do. It's about having everything you need to do. So it might be that, you've been worried about your finances, but now you understand that worrying about your finances, nothing's changing. For some of you, you may be dealing with someone who's spending your money very rapidly, and you're realizing that the more you sort of put in, the more the money seems to go. So you may be moving away for that reason. But there's definitely something coming to light here, and it's almost like I can hear the moment, that That's how it feels to me, like this epiphany of, wow, wake up time. All right, look at this Judgment card. Beautiful, beautiful reading. The Judgment card talks of coming back from the dead. It talks rebirth. It talks about rising like the phoenix, and that is the energy has here. This is someone rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Whoever this person is that's doing this walking away from something is going to be such a release for them, and a relief, apparently. But there's sort of this energy of leaving something behind here. And it's very, very powerful with this Judgment card. So somebody's feeling like they finally made a decision or finally moved away from something, and being able to feel like themselves again. All right, so there's a definite need to let go of something here, something that's causing a lot of stress and anxiety. I feel like you know the answer. It doesn't matter anyway, because the universe is bringing it in for you. So it may come in as an epiphany. It may come in as a complete and utter physical breakdown of something. I always think, if you've been thinking about moving house, for example, they may decide to sell the house if you're renting. But there's something here changing. and it's created here a lot of conflict for you. But I feel like you're dealing with someone here who may be quite controlling, quite toxic, someone who wants to be in charge. So you may be living under the roof with someone who rules with an iron fist. I love it. Okay, and we have the Fool card coming through. So this says to me that there's a leap of faith required here. You want to take this leap of faith. You want to jump, you want to move, you want to go. Oh, yes. The World card's here. So there's definitely a big change coming in for you, especially with this Judgment card. But what I love about it the most is you've got the Judgment and the Fool card here. Feel like I want to read Moonology. All right. I need to have a change up on the cards. You know what? I will. Just bear with me 1 second. All right. We're going to read a card from the Journey of Love. Go for it. Thank you. Shifting universes. Oh, very nice. Look at that. That's card number 7. Sometimes I'm looking and then I think I'm looking at the page numbers. Really? Wacky, wacky. Shifting universes. You are blessed with an opportunity to change gears, to change your life, to jump on the fast train. See? Da-da! You are invited to fling yourself off the repetitive treadmill way of life and into a dance through nature, to be utterly confused and delighted, to accept the way of divine trust even with its chaos, the instability that precedes all genuine creativity. So here it is, your get out of jail free card, your opportunity to make a mess and find out what you didn't know what you were looking for. You're being nudged, and there's the Tower. If you wish, let yourself go down that strange path opening up before you without knowing what it is, even as you take your next step. Your universe is shifting and stranger, more beautiful worlds beckon. Why not go where you haven't been before? You'll find yourself there and realize you are more than what you once thought you were, the Magician. This oracle has a message for you. If you're thinking of changing location, jobs, houses, or attitudes, trying something new, especially if it's unusual for you, then the universe is supporting you. Now is the time to accept what you didn't expect. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? I'm going to read the poem for you. It's called The Dream. The taste and touch of you within, thoughts linger on a sweet caress. You come to me, no sounds distract the night's embrace of innocence. The artist's brush across my lips, the palette rich in colours deep, to flow with feelings now renewed and blend as one in breath and hue. Entwined our bodies bathe in love and weep with longing slow release. Emotions, song and soft refrain, awaken dreams that never cease. Oh. I'll leave you with that. Have a wonderful day.